talk about Zora again, because as you can see, Zora is down 21.3% in the last 24 hours. So I remember on my previous video that I made about Zora, I mentioned how, hey, we're close to a top. It would probably be best to not go ahead and YOLO in at the top, wait for the pullback. Now we are seeing the pullback, and I don't believe this is the last of it. That's why I'm making this video. Now, the only possibility that this could be the last of the pullback is right here, and that is because this is our previous resistance zone, and we briefly touched it back there. So it is a support zone, but it's not like the major one where we just completely stop once we reach that. I believe the next support is going to be where we had strong support before, and that was right here. Before we started to really take off, we pulled back, and we got pretty close to this level right here. That's 0.036, but we're just going to say 0.035. So around 0.035, that's seeming like the good support. We also had resistance before we actually took off in that area. So it just makes sense that we come back to this area back here. So 0.036, 0.035, this is the area I'm eyeing right now for Zora. So I think if we pull back, it's any further, we pull back any further, it'd be that area right there. Anyways, remember, none of this is financial advice, not a financial advisor, just kind of giving my thoughts and opinions on this. So yeah, I do believe that it could pull back to this area right here. Now, that's not the only thing. If you also look down here at the RSI, you can notice that we came off of a heavily overbought area, obviously, but you can see that it's been selling off. It's selling off, and it's still not oversold, even though it's sold off a lot. It's still not oversold. And the MACD tells us the same exact story. The MACD came off of that overbought area here, heavily overbought. Now it's selling off, but it's not necessarily oversold yet until we see these two lines on the downside below these red candlesticks. So there could be some more selling, or we could get a little bit of a recovery followed by some more selling. So either just keep selling, or we get a recovery followed by selling, and the recovery might be the more logical option here, because you can even see on the RSI, the bottom red line here seems like it's starting to curve upwards, trying to go back up before it gets rejected again. And that's why I said some recovery followed by more downside. And then you can also see on the MACD as well, it does look like it's about to start throwing up some more green candlesticks, well, the lightly shaded red candlesticks followed by green candlesticks, which again, recovery followed by more downside. So I think we could have either way more downside inside of Zora. So definitely don't get too excited that we just pulled back a little bit. It could pull back a lot more than that. Just as fast as they go up, they go down. And that's the reality with every crypto. So we got to be very, very aware of that, because Zora is up 689% in the last 30 days. 689% in the last 30 days, and it was up way more than that too. So it did its run, but now it's time for it to pull back, and it's time for it to give some of the money back. And right now, the 24-hour trading volume is almost as high as the market cap, 200 million trading volume and $210 million market cap. So most people are probably trading futures with Zora, and people are just trading in general. So I'll just say, if you don't take any profits at all, they're taking your profits as the price goes down. Just remember it like that. For the people that want to hold and hold forever, like, they're taking your profits right now. Yes, it could continue to go up, but me personally, I prefer to lock in the profits. I lock in profits whenever I see them. I probably would have been locked in the profits. I probably wouldn't even let it run that high. So I guess some people just have the winning strategy, then holding the profits and holding them. But there has to be a point where you are like, okay, I'm selling now. Like, you gotta have those points in time. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got for that. I just kind of wanted to show, where Zora is at with everything right now. And again, I do believe a pullback is possible, like an even harder pullback. So don't think that it's done yet. You can see it dropping a whole another 50% if it goes down to 0.035. So definitely pay attention to this because it could drop a lot more. But yeah, this is all I got for y'all today. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.